Purse of $100. Number 1 is Kumba, owned by Larry 6 of Washington Courthouse. Jim Daly drives. Number 2, Golden Lock, owned by Patricia Fry and Letitia Arledge of Asheville. Jeff out aboard. 3 is Picks Past, owned by Sam Angeletti of Martinsburg for Mike Spearman. 4, C Overtime, owned by Robert Henry of Stoutsville with Darren Mauser, and the 5 Grimkey, owned by the BN Stables of Wilmington and Mark Winters. Mark Winters driving. Material pacing fillies are on the backstretch. And they're off. Kumba from off the rail going for the lead from the outside. Grimkey, and from between horses came Golden Lock. See Overtime is the early trailer fourth as they pace into the first turn. Grimkey, the Nobleland Sam filly, will take the lead now by 2 lengths. Inside pacing second. Kumba, daughter of Nuke's Image. On the rail 3, Golden Lock, a Falcon Elmhurst filly, and the trailer is a triple overtime filly named See Overtime. Nearing that first quarter-mile marker, and they're moving early as they reach the first stop. Here comes Golden Lock to the outside, pressuring at the first quarter, 31 2/5. And Golden Lock puts a nose in front. She'll take the lead. Inside a second, it's Grimkey. Then it's a gap of 3 lengths now to Kumba, and further back to See Overtime. Stepping on towards the halfway point, and Golden Lock, her first lifetime start, has a lead by a length and a half. Grimkey on the inside, also her first lifetime start, is racing a second. Here comes Kumba now, coming in from Lebanon qualifying. She tips to the outside. They reach the half, 101 4, and Kumba into the action early at Lebanon with 2 qualifying events in early March. She'll now take the lead as they straighten out down the backstretch. Kumba now by 2 lengths. Golden Lock coming right back to her. Grimkey remains along the rail third, and See Overtime is off stride as they near the 3/4. Kumba with a lead by 2. Golden Lock on the inside, reaching the 3/4 in 132 3. Into the final turn now, and on the front, Kumba continues to lead by 2 lengths after the lengthy layoff from Lebanon. Looking good this evening as she leads by 2 lengths, and here comes Grimkey now to the outside, and she'll pressure in the stretch drive as they turn for home. Kumba under pressure by Grimkey, who's coming on strong. These two are pacing away now. Golden Lock on the inside is third, but Grimkey stepping right by and looking very impressive here tonight. Grimkey at the wire. Time of the mile, 2:02. And Mark Winters of Sabina. The driver will be Mark Winters. 3, JD's Dancer, held by Robert Dalrymple of Chillicothe for Eric Lenford. 4 is Dawn Break, held by Dean Perel and Gary Crawford of Washington Courthouse. Jeff Smith drives. And from the outside, the 5 will be Sheer Fantasy, held by Paul Fisher of Bucyrus. Jeff out in the sulky. Again, the starter will pick up the fillies on the backstretch for 1 schooling lap before letting them go at the starting line. Fillies on the backstretch, there they go. And they're off. Look, Cindy off the rail is first to leave from the center of the track. There goes Dawn Breakaway second. From between horses third, it's JD's Dancer. To the inside and pacing fourth, Purser, the early trailer 5, Sheer Fantasy, as they stop past the first 8th mile marker. The Look Sharp filly with Randy Tharps leading the way here early, leading by 5 lengths on the sloppy track. Inside racing is second comes Dawn Break, the daughter of Standing O. Reaching that first quarter-mile marker. Nice opening panel on this track, 30 3/5, with Look Cindy leading the way. Inside racing is second comes Dawn Break. Then along the rail third, it's a Nobleland Sam filly Purser. It's a gap of 4 lengths to JD's Dancer, the daughter of JJ Citation. Then comes the Falcon filly Sheer Fantasy. Drivers all giving each other plenty of room here as they race into the clubhouse turn. On the front, it's Look Cindy. This is her first start now off the qualifier. She reaches the half first in 102 2, and she continues to look impressive here under the adverse weather conditions. She leads by 3 lengths. Inside racing is second. It's a Dawn Break. Now to the outside. Third comes Purser. And making the move, fourth comes Sheer Fantasy. Back five, JD's Dancer as they straighten out down the back stretch. And look, Cindy continues to front, leading by 3 lengths, but closing steadily now. Second to the inside comes Dawn Break. And to the outside it comes Purser. And Sheer Fantasy is closing nicely fourth as they reach that 3/4 in 1:33 and 2. A headwind up the backside this evening. And they move midway through the final turn now. And on the front, look, Cindy continues to lead the way. She looks to wire this field, but on the outside, Dawn Break has been stalking her throughout. She's now closing with every stride. She'll tip to the outside in the driving rain. There are 3 across now, and it's still look Cindy, but here comes Dawn Break to take that lead. And Purser on the outside, closing strongly. Dawn Break and Purser, they'll hit the wire heads apart, but it's Dawn Break in front. Time of the mile, 2:03 and 3/5. That's 2:03 3/5. Number 1 is Gary. Oh boy, Anna Marshall of Washington Courthouse. Keith Haynes drives. 2 is Happy as a Lark, called and driven by Sam Coven. Number 3, Phantom Like, owned by Tim Ryder for Sales Kentucky for Terry Groves. 4 is Smoldering Ash, owned by Ron Barker of Chillicothe with Justin Hall. Number 5, KW's Masterpiece, owned by Ken and Joanne Kirk of New Holland. Walt Ferguson Jr. drives. 6 is Dance Craze, owned by Bill Lambeth of Columbus for Dave Majeski. 7 is Bill Donder, Jim Florio of Hamilton, the owner Mike Wildera. 8 is Scratch. Number 9, Cedar Lawn Mark, owned by Wesley Hilton of Huber Heights, Randy Tharp's in the bye. Number 10, Squires Rights, owned by Ralph Branton of Greenfield, Jerry Roberts in the sulky. And there they go. And they're off. Smoldering Ash is first to lead from the outside. Dance Craze right there with them. And from between horses, KW's Masterpiece came away third. Far outside fourth, Cedar Lawn Mark. From between horses 5 comes Bill Donder. Inside a 6th, Happy as a Lark. Early 7th, Gary. Racing early 8th, Phantom Like. The trailer 9th is Squires Rights as they approach the first quarter-mile marker. Dance Craze sets the early pace. Part to the outside, Cedar Lawn Mark is looking for the front end as they reach the first quarter, 28 and 4/5. Cedar Lawn Mark is parked to the outside of the pocket, racing a third, Smoldering Ash. Racing a fourth, KW's Masterpiece, gapping slightly 5, Bill Donder. He now comes to the outside to get in the passing lane. Racing a 6th comes Happy as a Lark. To the outside 7th, that's Gary, saving ground 8th along the rail, Phantom Light. To the outside 9th comes Squires Rights as they approach the half. And Cedar Lawn Mark parked throughout, puts a nose in front as they reach the half in 58 and 2. Off the turn, they circle down the back stretch, and it's now Cedar Lawn Mark by a length. Dance Craze on the inside is racing a second. Here comes Bill Donder with a live cover, but he'll lose that live cover as they straighten out down the backstretch, and Bill Donder marching right to the front end. And Cedar Lawn Mark is now tiring after the long trip. Here comes Happy as a Lark with live cover, and Squires Rights was last at the half, is now moving quickly on the outside, and racing a 4th on the inside is Cedar Lawn Mark. Gary is 5th at the 3/4, 128 and 3/5. Midway to the final turn on the front, Bill Donder has him by 2.5. Happy as a Lark is racing a second. Squires right of the outside is pacing a third. Gary into striking position 4th with less than an 1/8 of a mile to go, but it's all Bill Donder as he continues to lead by 3 lengths. Squires right to the outside. Cedar Lawn Mark coming back alive in deep stretch now. Bill Donder. Squires Rights is rushing. He'll be too little, too late. It's Bill Donder at the wire. It won 59 and 4. Race 1 is now official. 710 Perfecta, $368.80, $368.80. The trifecta 710-2 paying $1,116.60, $1116.60. Trackside, the official winner of the first, number 7, Bill Donder, 7-year-old son of 4, the record from Double Take by Winning Worthy. Owned and trained by Jim Florio of Hamilton, Ohio, Mike Wilder in the sulky. Second season's victory for Bill Donder, pacing tonight's mile 159 4/5. First race trophy presentation by the Rainbow Lanes. Fred Marshall, Catherine McDonald leading the horses postward for race number 2 this evening's second race, claiming handicapped trotters, racing 1 mile. A purse of $2,000, no changes in this field of 10. Number 1 is Bob's Express, owned by Jimmy Lewis and Herman Kinder of Troy. Jim Lewis drives. 2 is Untitled Chapter, owned by Sal Nasura and Richard Stevens of Columbus with Mike Wilder. 3, Wildwood General, owned by Roy Murphy of Solana with Randy Tharps. 4 is Diamonds Double, owned by John Busey of Somerset, Jeff Found aboard. Number 5, Shawlin Major, owned by Mac Davis of Zanesville for Dave Hawk. 6 is Brooklyn Miss, owned by Louis Edward May and Terry May of Ohio. Brian Weaver drives. 7 is Desert Glory, laced by Chris McGuire with Brad Hanners aboard. Number 8, Mick 1, owned by Margaret Geisinger of Newark. John Hostetler drives. 9 is Lucky Blaze, owned by William Sokoloff of Coral Springs, Florida. Mel Turk out of the bike. And the 10, Stalk Hill, owned and driven by Ellen Anderson of Richwood. Win Play Show Perfecta, pick 3 weight. They're off and trotting, and first off the rail, it's Bob's Express from the outside. It's Shawlin Major, and 2 horses between. Diamonds Double, and now backing to the wood comes Wildwood General. He's trotting 4th. Moving through nicely, 5, Stalk Hill to the outside, and trotting 6th, it's Mick 1. Along the rail and racing 7th, Continental Chief. Early 8th is Desert Glory, then it's 2 lengths 9th to Lucky Blaze, the trailer 10th. As they reach the first quarter, Brooklyn Miss. They're at the first stop, 29-2, and on the outside, Shawlin Major will now take the lead. Diamonds Double on the inside, trotting 2nd. Bob's Express along the rail is 3rd. Here comes Mick 1. He's continuing to be parked to the outside, but he's moving forward quickly, racing 4th. Inside 5 to Wildwood General. Along the rail, 6th to Stalk Hill, racing a 7th, Continental Chief, followed by Desert Glory. Into the clubhouse turn they go. There's 9 on the wood, 1 moving. And the leader continues to be Shawlin Major as he leads by 2 lengths. Mick 1 is now there at the leader's wheel, pressuring 2nd. Half at 1 minute and 2/5. And Mick 1 is off stride as they straighten out down the backstretch. Shawlin Major continue to lead now by 2.5, 3 lengths. Diamonds Double to the inside, trotting a 2nd. Here comes Stalk Hill, getting it away on the outside with a quick rush, now 3rd. Bob's Express on the inside, trotting a 4th. Continental Chief, gap in the cover badly, is trotting 5th. Alongside is 6th, it's Wildwood General. Racing a 7th, Desert Glory. As they reach the 3/4 mile marker, it's heavily favored Shawlin Major. Still on the front end, 3/4, 1:31-4, but at the leader's wheel now comes Stalk Hill. He's pressuring heavily 2, and Diamonds Double is right there, trotting a 3rd. Then it's a gap of 5 to Bob's Express as they turn for home, and Shawlin Major is off stride, turning for home, and that leaves Stalk Hill to inherit the lead, and Stalk Hill quickly taking advantage here. Opens up by 4. Shawlin Major catching quickly. Right back trotting. Diamonds Double to the outside, but it's Stalk Hill in front. Tight for place. Finishing is 2nd, number 5, Shawlin Major. 3rd, number 4, Diamonds Double. The inquiry does involve the unofficial place horse. Please hold all tickets. Inquiry does not involve the unofficial winner. He's trackside now. In the winner's circle, number 10 is Stalk Hill, a 9-year-old son of Cornstalk from Sorcery Hill by Egyptian Candor. Owned, trained, and nicely handled tonight by Ellen Anderson of Richwood, Ohio. His first season's victory. Trotting the mile in 2:02 4/5. Second race trophy presentation by Amos Lanes. Tonight's daily double, 7:10, $43 even. Racing 1 mile, a purse of $2,000. Number 1 is Notorious Elmerhurst. Obadon and Carol Lehman of Columbus, Terry Groves drives. Number 2, Radiant Abbey. Over Richard Slaughter of Newark for Jeff Fout. 3 is Dolly Dart, owned by Richard West of Montgilead, handled by Melanie Williams. Number 4 is Spring Quest, owned by Ken Harvey of Russellvania. Ken Harvey drives. Number 5, Wee Bit of Magic, owned by Magic Touch Incorporated, Loretta Crown with Jim Mitchell driving. Number 6, Big City Woman, owned by the Van Camp Stables, TD and Linda Van Camp of Circleville for Bruce Regal. Number 7 is Sassy Pants over the Springhaven Farms of Utica. Dan Ader drives. 8 is Amber Trap, owned by Tony Clark of West Carrollton. Randy Tharps with the lines. 9 is Jessica Tumor, owned by Richard Maybrough of London. Justin Hall of the bike. And the 10 Game Jackie, owned by Bernice Napier of Hazard, Kentucky. Mike Polhamus in the sulky. One place stretch, and there they go. And they're off. Off stride leaving was Sassy Pants. Sassy Pants is off stride. Moving into the first turn now on the outside. There goes Wee Bit of Magic for the lead from the inside. A second, it's Radiant Abbey. Early third on the inside comes Spring Quest. Then it's a gap of 3 lengths. Fourth, the Dolly Dart. Sassy Pants right back into the action, charging on the outside, and Sassy Pants moving with a quick rush to the outside to pressure the leaders in the front end now. Back 7th, it's Game Jackie. They're at the first quarter mile marker. 29 seconds, and to the outside, here comes Sassy Pants. After the early break leaving, she's catching quickly right to the front now, and Sassy Pants taking the lead. Radiant Abbey on the inside is racing second. Then comes Wee Bit of Magic. Then it's a gap of 5 to Spring Quest. To the outside, racing a 6th. Big City Woman saving ground is 7th to Dolly Dart. To the outside, 8th comes Game Jackie. 9th to the inside, Amber Trap. And far back, following a break, the trailer is Jessica Tomar. They're at the half, 58-1. And Sassy Pants, the Falcon filly, by a length and a half. Big City Woman charging on the outside now as they straighten out down the back stretch. And Big City Woman moving right to the front. She'll take the lead by nose and neck, and a length in front. It's Big City Woman. Sassy Pants coming right back to her on the inside. Radiant Abbey is chasing third. Then it's a gap of 4 to Game Jackie. Outside pacing of 5. It's Spring Quest. At the 3/4 mile marker, 1:28-4, and very impressive mile tonight by Sassy Pants. She retakes the lead now. Sassy Pants back on top by a length and a half. Big City Woman is coming right back to her again. And on the inside of third, it's Radiant Abbey. Turning for home now, less than 1/8 of a mile ago, and 8 are going to work on Sassy Pants. Big City Woman is right there, looks her in the eye, and takes a lead now. Big City Woman coming right back to retake, and Sassy Pants will settle for second. Big City Woman in 1:59. Introducing the official winner of the third race. Number 6, Big City Woman, a 3-year-old daughter of Big Towner from the Meadow Skipper mare, Ms. Van Camp. Over the Van Camp stables, TD and Linda Van Camp of Circleville, Ohio. Gene Regal, the trainer Bruce Regal in the sulky. Her first lifetime win, Big City Woman, earning a mark of 1:59. The complete order finish. Number 1, Notorious Elmhurst, pull up, did not finish. Number 2, Radiant Abbey, 3. Number 3, Dolly Dart, 4. Number 4, Spring Quest, 5. Number 5, Wee Bit of Magic, 8. Number 6, Big City Woman, the winner. 7, Sassy Pants, 2. Number 8, Amber Trap, 7. Number 9, Jessica Tomar, 9. And Game Jackie, 6. This is operating postword now. Race number 4, this evening's 4th race, Condition Trotters. Racing 1 mile, a purse of $2,000. A field of 10 going postword. Number 1 is Lucky and Good, owned by Doris and Steve Dennison of Thornville. Brett Merkel drives. Number 2, Idle Acres Lunar, owned by Folan and Jordan and Harrison of Ohio. Rick Jordan drives. 3 is All Quality, owned by Bob Luffs of Florida for Frank Todd Jr. Number 4, Dakota Sioux, owned by Dean Davis and Robert Jones of Worcester. Jeff Fountaboard. 5 is Foggy Night, laced by Robert Henry of Stoutsville for Darren Mauser. Number 6, GB Happy Chance, owned by George Herschel of Salem, Ohio. Make the driver Scott Cox. Scott Cox drives at the 6. 7 is Arnold's Joy, owned by Gary DeBoard of Canal Winchester. Gary DeBoard driving. Number 8, Arnie Star, owned by Jim Pickashare of Cincinnati, Ohio. Brent Holland will drive. 9 is KF Shem, owned by Henry Kaufmore, Baltimore, Ohio. Brad Hender's in the bike. And number 10, Crown Time Endeavor, owned by Esther Crown of MacArthur. Dan Ader in the sulky. clean start, and they're off from the far outside. KF Shim is first to lead from the inside. Ideal Acres Lunar came away second. All Quality right there between horses is third. Foggy Night came away fourth. Off the rail 5, it's Lucky and Good. Trotting early, 6th Arnold's Joy. Moving it through 7th, it's Crown Time Endeavor. On the inside, trotting 8th, Dakota Sioux. 2 lengths, 9th. It's GB Happy Chance of the early trailer 10th, Arnie Star. As they reach the first quarter, KF Shim leads the way. Idle Acres Lunar on the inside is second. They're at the first quarter, 30-2. All Quality trotting a third will move to the outside to pressure the leaders now. Lucky and Good is then 4 lengths back fourth. To the outside 5 comes Crown Time Endeavor. Right there, 6th, it's Arnold's Joy. Racing 7th to Foggy Night. 4 lengths 8th, it's Dakota Sioux. To the outside 9th comes GB Happy Chance. And the trailer is Arnie Star as they approach the half. And All Quality has now taken the lead as she leads by 3 lengths, reaching that half in 1 minute and 2. And All Quality is stepping away nicely. Continues to open. KF Shim on the inside is trotting a second. Idle Acres Lunar remains third on the rail, racing a fourth. Now Crown Time Endeavor is closing steadily. Lucky and Good to the inside, trotting a fifth. Down the back stretch they go, and All Quality now by 2. KF Shim is closing steadily 2. Idle Acres Lunar is trotting a third, and Crown Time Endeavor continues the forward motion. He's now racing fourth at the 3/4 mile marker, 1:31.4. Midway through the final turn, All Quality by 2 lengths. KF Shim is still there, trotting a nicely second. Idle Acres Lunar on the inside trots third. Crown Time Endeavor is fourth, saving ground of 5. It's Lucky and Good. Turning for home, less than an eighth of a mile to go. It's All Quality by a length and a half to KF Shim. Is trotting a second. Idle Acres Lunar is under attack, third on the inside. Here comes Lucky and Good down low, deep stretch. KF Shim coming to the outside, and KF Shim gets up in deep stretch. Entering the winner's circle, unofficial winner of the 4th, number 9, KF Shim, a 3-year-old Ohio-bred son of Scimitar. Memorial Express by Jergy Hanover. Owned by Hank Hoffman of Baltimore, Ohio. Mike Metters, the trainer, Brad Hanners in the sulky. First season's victory for the sophomore Ohio-bred. A new lifetime mark tonight, 2:03.1. The 4th race trophy presentation by Fiesta Lanes. Race simulcast. Very important when wagering on the simulcast that you ask for track number 2. Number 1 is Just a Habit, owned by Doug and Richard Palmer of Urbana. Herbie Brown drives. Number 2 is One Good Time, owned by Herb Spearman of Mount Vernon, Mike Spearman up. Number 3, Come On Jake, owned by Saul Northwell of Pompano Beach, Florida. Kelly Shepard drives. 4 is Dance Director, owned by Robert Dalrymple of Chillicothe, Eric Ledford with the lines. 5 is Uncle Will Goddard, owned by Francis Hammond, handled by Keith Haynes. Number 6, Porky's Revenge. Dave Hawk drives for owner Alex Spence Jr. of Grove City. Number 7 is Ron Tomic, owned by Max Talbert and Ron Talbert of Ohio. Ron Talbert aboard. 8 is Barefoot Sabra, owned by Alvey and Neil Long of Ohio. Brad Hanners with the lines. Number 9 is The Last Goodbye, laced by Pamela Dean of Dublin. Jeff McNabb of the bike. And number 10, Here Comes George. Oh, they're driven by Brian Brown of Upper Sandusky. One play show perfected, twin trifecta to the backstretch. There they go. And again, the 1, Just a Habit, is off stride. And they're off. First away from between horses, Dance Director puts a nose in front and takes the lead. Come On Jake, and One Good Time alongside came away second. Far outside, there goes Barefoot Sabra. Into the first turn they go, and the early leader. As they move into the first turn, it's Dance Director, but on the inside, Come On Jake has the inside advantage. Barefoot Sabra circling 3 wide of the outside. Away fourth, it's Porky's Revenge. Early 5 along the rail, One Good Time as they reach the first quarter, 28.1. Coming to the stretch for the first time of the outside, Barefoot Sabra wants that front end, and he'll take it now as they move through the stretch. It's Barefoot Sabra by a length. Dance Director yielding for cover second. Come on, Jake remains third on the rail. Porky's Revenge is fourth. Inside 5 to 1 good time. Racing a sixth. It's Uncle Will Goddard. Saving ground is seventh. Ron Tomic to the outside eighth now. Here comes George. Ninth on the inside. The last goodbye far back. The trailer is just a habit. The half at 58 and 2. Onto the back stretch they go, and Dance Director has retaken the lead now. And Dance Director back on top inside a second. Barefoot Sob is now locked in. Here comes Porky's Revenge moving quickly to challenge the leader. Followed closely by Uncle Will Goddard as the field begins to shuffle. Meadowland shuffling off stride as Dance Director. Dance Director moving into the safety lane. And Porky's Revenge finds himself on top. He'll inherit the lead by 2. 3/4 and 1:29 and 1. It's Porky's Revenge by a length and a half, 2. But on the outside, Uncle Will Goddard is closing with every stride. Inside racing at third, it's Barefoot Sabra to the outside at fourth. Come on, Jake. Turning for home with less than an eighth of a mile to go. And down the stretch they come. It's Porky's Revenge with the lead. But on the outside, Uncle Will Goddard takes the lead by 2 lengths. And Uncle Will Goddard will take command here. Late charge by Come On Jake. Uncle Will Goddard gets up. $3-6, $1,782.60, $17.82.60. Trackside, the official winner of the fifth, number 5, Uncle Will Goddard, a 4-year-old son of Tucson, Hanover, from Merrimany Hildreth, followed by Francis Hammond of Wilmore, Kentucky. Gene Bach, the trainer, Keith Haynes in the sulky. First lifetime win for the Ohio bred, taking a mark this evening of 2:01. Fifth race trophy by the Columbus Square Bowling Council. Introducing the horses, race number 6 this evening's 6th race, first division, third leg of the Wayne Fry Pacing Series. Ohio sired stallions and geldings, racing 1 mile, a purse of $2,500. Shortened field of 6, the 6 horse is a late scratch. Number 1, Loves a Little Bit, owned by Joanne Horn and George Villette of Ohio. Greg Grismore drives. 2 is Night Talon, owned by Ron and Marjorie Anderson of Grove City, handled by Dan Ader. 3, Standing Bridge, owned by Bucky Trout and Dean Perel of Washington Courthouse. Bucky Trout drives. Number 4, Dancer Lock, owned by Wayne and Patricia Fry of Chillicothe for Mike Wilder. Number 5, Straven, owned by Roy Murphy of Solana. Randy Tharps at the bike. 6 is Scratch. Number 7, Billy Tradition, owned by Carter Taylor. Morton Reed of Ohio. Brent Holland in the sulky. One play show from the gate. They move to the backstretch. There they go. And they're off. The one Loves a Little Bit is first to leave. From between horses goes Straven. Early third, it's Night Talon. From the outside at fourth came Billy Tradition. Dropping in quickly, 5. It's Standing Bridge. Dancer Lock, the early trailer, 6th. End of the first turn they go. And on the front with the lead, it's Straven by a length and a half. Loves a Little Bit is racing a second. Now to the outside, moving first up with the quarter move. Third comes Night Talon. At the first quarter mile marker, 28 and 4. Night Talon with a quarter move has taken the lead, puts a nose in front. Straven to the inside, dealing for the cover. Second, Loves a Little Bit, remains third on the rail. Billy Tradition is racing fourth. 2 lengths, 5 to Standing Bridge, and Dancer Lock can see the entire field as they race into the clubhouse turn. They're in straight formation, and on the front, Night Talon with the lead. Straven is racing second off the back end. Here comes Dancer Lock to flush cover. Billy Tradition moving to the outside will give him cover now as they reach the half, 59 and 3. Off the turn and down the backside with Night Talon in control by 3 parts of a length. Billy Tradition moving forward quickly is pressuring 2. He's followed closely by Dancer Lock. Locked in the fourth on the inside, it's Straven. Loves a Little Bit, a shuffle back, 5th on the inside. Standing Bridge is 6th. On towards the 3/4 mile marker, and it's still Night Talon with the lead by 3/4 of a length. Billy Tradition is there, pacing as second. Straven Locked in is third. Dancer Lock drafting with cover. Perfect Trip is fourth. 3/4 at 1:29 and 1. Midway to the final turn, Night Talon with the lead by a neck. Billy Tradition is on the outside. Here comes Dancer Lock, the long shot of the board, swinging a 3 wide as they turn for home now. Less than an eighth of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come. Night Talon clinging to the lead. Billy Tradition is still there, straight to the inside. In mid-stretch, Billy Tradition is surging. He'll take command. Billy Tradition gets up in 1:58 and 4. Trackside, the official winner. Third leg of the Wayne Fry Pacing Series, First Division, number 7, Billy Tradition. 3-year-old son of Billy Dart from Happy Ever After, almost happy fella. Over the syndicate of Carter, Taylor, Moore, and Reed of Ohio, Charles Carter, the trainer, Brent Holland in the sulky this evening. Billy Tradition scoring his second season's victory. Pacing the mile this evening, 1:58, 4/5. Mile number 1, Venus Flytrap. Over Nancy Nixon of Lebanon, Eric Ledford drives. 2, Sunset Express, owned by Robert Reynolds of London, Terry Groves up. Number 3, Ohilio, owned by Eldon Peterson of Beaufort, James Potter drives. 4 is Victillery, owned by David Mead of Columbus, for Dave Hawk. 5 is Crestland, owned by the Crest Farms of Amesburg, Brent Holland drives. Number 6, Steady Mercy, owned by Roger Bartley Jr. of Columbus, for Bill Long Jr. 7 is Halcyon's Prelude, owned by Rex Bode of Thornville, Trent Tharp for the lines. 8 is Southern Time, owned by Gary Biederman and Harry Fike with Brett Hanners. Number 9, High Got You Babe, owned by Jeanette Repine of Marion, Dave Repine of the bye. And the 10, Scoreboard Patty, owned by Milt Wilkinson of Hilliard, Bob Harper in the sulky. Win Play Show trifecta and 7th race, pacing fillies and mares are on the backstretch. There they go. And they're off. Venus Flytrap off the rail with a quick rush for the lead from the far outside. There goes High Got You Babe. From between horses, third comes Victillery. Racing early, fourth, it's Ohilio. Along the rail, racing at 5, Sunset Express. Far outside, looking for the seat. Sixth comes Halcyon's Prelude. Slipping through 7th, Scoreboard Patty on the inside, racing 8th, Southern Time. 9th on the inside as they reach the first quarter-mile marker at Steady Mercy, opening panel 28 and 1/5. Far back the trailer is Crestland coming through the stretch, and High Got You Babe with the early lead, leads by a length and a half, 2. Victillery sits in the pocket second. Venus Flytrap is out again and moving third. Ohilio takes the cover second over 4th. Alongside 5 at Sunset Express. Inside is 6th, Scoreboard Patty. Halcyon's Prelude is racing 7th. 8th on the inside, Southern Time. 9th to Steady Mercy. Reaching the half, 58 and 4/5. Off the turn. Down the backside they go. High Got You Babe with the lead. Late by a length and a half. Victillery still there second. Still parked to the outside is Venus Flytrap third. Along the rail and racing 4th. It's Sunset Express, Ohilio, Perfect Trip drafting with cover 5. Halcyon's Prelude into the passing lane is now 6th. Scoreboard Patty shuffled back, locked in 7th. Field begins to tighten now, and on the front, High Got You Babe being pressured. 3/4, 1:29 and 2. Venus Flytrap is now there, matching strides, looks the leader in the eyes. Inside, Victillery is waiting for racing room. Here comes Halcyon's Prelude, charging 3 wide to the outside. Turning for home, less than an eighth of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come. Venus Flytrap puts a nose in front, takes a lead. Halcyon's Prelude is coming to him. It's Venus Flytrap, Halcyon's Prelude, duking it out. Venus Flytrap pulling away at the wire. Halcyon's Prelude was second, so Ohilio hangs on for third. 2 minutes and 1. For 1 Venus Flytrap, 4-year-old owner of Sent the Trap. From Coco by French Chef. Followed by Nancy Nixon of Lebanon. Doug Lowe, the trainer, Eric Ledford in the sulky. First lifetime win for the Ohio-bred mare, taking a mark this evening of 2 minutes, 1/5. 7th race trophy by the Sawmill Lanes. Tonight's 8th race, 2nd division, 3rd leg of the Wayne Fry Pacing Series. Ohio sired stallions and geldings, 3 and 4-year-olds racing a mile. Purse of $2,500. A shortened field of 6 again here. The 4 Silver Tail Raven has been withdrawn. Number 1 is KG Jake, owned by Keith and Donna Ross. Bill Fountain, Jeff Fout drives. 2 is Federal Sabra, owned by Robert Hensler of Wellston. Mike Wilder up. 3 is Magic Ace, owned by Tim Lee of Springfield for Randy Tharps. 4 is out. Number 5, Lucky Leno, owned by Teresa Wiley of Tip City with Keith Justice. Number 6 on Exeter, owned by Ron Collier of New Carlisle. Dan Eder with the lines. And the 7 Baker's Legacy, owned by Ken Sommer of Elyria, Ohio. Bruce Regal in the sulky. Win play show perfecta trifecta wagering. And they're off on Exeter. Exits quickly for the lead from the far outside. Off stride early goes Federal Sabra. That's Magic Ace off stride. Correction as they race into the first turn on Exeter, the early leader. KG Jake on the inside is second. Along the rail racing at third, it's Lucky Leno. Fourth on the inside, Baker's Legacy. 5 on the inside. Comes Federal Sabra. Far back after a break leaving is Magic Ace. At the first quarter mile marker, an early speed on the front on Exeter on the inside. KG Jake to the outside pressuring. First quarter 28 and 2. KG Jake selects to move back down to the inside, settling for the guard spot seat. On the rail 3, it's Lucky Leno. Fourth, the Baker's Legacy. Inside at 5, Federal Sabra. On Exeter with a lead by 2. KG Jake gapping badly is second. Lucky Leno is their third. Then comes Baker's Legacy off the gate to our victory last week. He's pacing fourth. Federal Sabra is their fifth. They reach the half. Comfortable 1 minute flat. Run of the turn and down the back stretch they go. And on the front on Exeter, stealing that second quarter, got a breather. KG Jake waiting second on the inside. Here comes Baker's Legacy. First to move. He'll flush cover as they race down the back stretch. It's still on Exeter with the lead, but only by 3/4 of a length. To the outside comes KG Jake to pressure the issue. Baker's Legacy is gap in the cover third. Lucky Leno setting chase fourth. Pace quickens now. 3/4 in 1:30. And it's on Exeter under attack. KG Jake on the outside. Baker's Legacy dropping to the inside, saving ground as third. Turning for home now. Less than an eighth of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come. On Exeter and KG Jake, these two are duking it out. A classic match here with KG Jake and on Exeter. Stride for stride, KG Jake surging. On Exeter, battling back. KG Jake gets up to win it by a length in 1:58 and 1. Eighth race now official. Trackside the winners, 2nd division of the Wayne Fry Pacing Series, leg 3. Off the rail tonight, KG Jake, a 3-year-old. Signed by Nobleland Sam from KG Casey, owned by Keith and Donna Ross of Bill Fountain, Ohio. Ron Potter trains Jeff Fout in the sulky. For the homebred KG Jake, his 3rd season's victory. He's undefeated. He's 3 of 3, 158, 1/5. 1/6 perfecta pay $6.40, $6.40. 167 trifecta, $10.80. For the complete order finish, number 1 KG Jake, the winner. 2 Federal Sabra, 4. 3 Magic Ace, 6. Number 1, Come On BJ, owned by William Mills of Franklin. Kelly Shepard drives. 2 is James Leslie, owned by Clyde Woods of Nelsonville for Dave Myers. Number 3, Stylized, owned by Brent Davis of Zanesville for Dave Hawk. Number 4 is Northern Hill, owned by Jim Underwood of Grove City for Randy Tharps. 5, Osborne's First Son, owned by Herb Campbell Jr. of Plain City, Brent Holland aboard. Number 6, Odulac, owned by Terrence Blair of Dayton for Mike Wilder. 7 is out. Number 8, JB Hot Rod, owned by Ike Gabbard Jr. of Waynesville. Jeff Fout in the sulky. Number 9 is Boomerang, owned by Dave Miller and Keith Noble of Dublin. Ralph Leo Grande gets the call tonight. Win play show, perfecta, superfecta. And they're off. First away, it's Stylized for the lead. Alongside comes Northern Hill. From the inside, third, James Leslie. Early fourth, Osborne's First Son. Off the rail, 5, Come On BJ. Alongside, Scioto Downs. Gapping at 3 lengths, 7th, JB Hot Rod. Then comes Boomerang. Midway to the first turn, and on the front of the lead, it's Stylized by a length. Northern Hill on the inside is racing his second. Gapping 2 lengths, 3, James Leslie. They're at the first quarter, 29-4. Pacers in straight formation as they come to the stretch. Inside racing a fourth, Osborne's First Son, pacing 5, Odulac. Then comes Come On BJ. Here comes JB Hot Rod to the outside, first to move, looking to flush cover. Boomerang quickly tags his cover. He's racing 8th and trailing. Into the clubhouse turn they go, and on the front with the lead, it's Stylized by a length and a half, 2. Northern Hill on the inside, waiting patiently second. James Leslie follows third. Inside fourth, Osborne's First Son. They're at the half, 101 and 2. JB Hot Rod can't flush cover. He's now fourth on the outside. And Boomerang follows through nicely, 5th. Off the turn and down the backside they go, and on the front, Stylized has led to this point, leading by a length, and Northern Hill still waiting second. And JB Hot Rod easing to the outside is now third. James Leslie is locked in fourth. Boomerang gapping the cover badly is 5th. Osborne's First Son shuffle back, locked into 6th. They're at the 3/4, 132 and 3/5. Midway to the final turn, and Stylized stealing this race tonight. A moderate pace, leads by a length. Things will quicken now. Northern Hill is pushing 2, and the outside comes JB Hot Rod with less than 1/8 of a mile to go, and it's still Stylized. Plenty left. Here comes Northern Hill to the outside. In mid-stretch, Northern Hill is coming to him on the outside, and Northern Hill will get up to take it. Stylized second, and Boomerang up for third. And Wilbur Sindel of Ohio. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, wraps up the program for this evening. Thanks for coming out. We invite you back again tomorrow.